This is Carl at XLR Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 XLR Micro Boost toy hauler, model 27LRLE. Okay, so this is just a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. Okay, so right now it's configured for your patio. Okay, of course you can drop the ramp down and use it to drive your dirt bikes or four-wheelers or whatever you have in there. Okay. You have regular crank down stabilizer jacks. It takes a 3/4 inch crank that's up in the front compartment. There's also you can also use a socket on a 3/4 inch socket on a drill. You have a power awning with LED strip. Okay. Outside speakers. This is an outside shower / sprayer. You can spray anything off with it, your bicycles or bikes or whatever you got. Okay. Also, this is a TV bracket here, and you've got signal out plus power, so you can hang the TV there. This is your water heater. It's an on-demand water heater, right? So, in order for it to work on the thermostat, which I'll show you inside, the power has to be on to it, plus water has to be on, or else it won't turn on. It's a safety thing. So I'll still show you where that happens and tell you about it. Okay. All right. So this is your hitch. It's a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up. That is your wireless brake controller there, or your Bluetooth brake controller. This crank here is the 3/4 inch, and the smaller one here is for your power tongue jack. In case it fails, you can operate it manually. I'll show you that. Here, let's walk over here. You can just pull this plug right here and stick the crank on there and crank it manually if in an emergency. Okay. We're still in the process of cleaning your trailer, so I know it looks kind of dirty, but we're cleaning it up. One other thing to know, that is a quick connect fitting for the LP system. So if you wanted to hook up a grill or something to it, a low pressure grill, just make sure it's the right one, right pressure. But you can plug right into that and use the LP right out of your tanks. Okay. All right. So we have 2 LP tanks. A deep cycle marine battery, and that's a kill switch for the battery, right? Normally you're going to leave it on, but if you need to, you can shut it off there. All right. You will have a dump hose in here when we get to that point. That's just a reducer for your shore cord to reduce it down to a regular household plug. Okay. So you hook up city water right here. You just hook it up and you're all set. Everything functions normally, all the plumbing. Now, if you're going to a campground that does not have plumbing on the campsites, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank here, and then just use your onboard pump to pump it. Everything will work just like you've got city water. These are just satellite and cable in. And this is a black tank flush. So after you dump your black tank, which is toilet water and waste, of course, you leave the black valve open. You would hook the hose onto here, turn it on, and it'll spray out your black tank and clean it up. Okay. In case you don't know, this type of slide out is called an AccuSlide, made by BAL. So if you need to know that, or somebody asks you, you've got an AccuSlide on yours. Okay. This is your power cord, of course, 30 feet, 30 amps. This is your dump valves here. Your black valve here, of course, and your gray valve is here. Generally speaking, you're going to dump the black first, which is toilet water and waste, and then you'll use the gray, which is sink and shower water, to sort of rinse out the hose. So you just do it in that order, generally speaking. The gray water is still dirty. It's just not as dirty as the black water, of course. You have a backup camera you can see up there. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up. Okay. Come around here. We'll go inside. I'm doing this video in the shop because it's freezing cold outside, and I had the opportunity to do it in here. It's still being prepped, but at least it's warm. So, okay, now let's start right here. So this is your slide room switch. This is your power awning switch. Never leave the power awning out unattended, of course. If you're going to leave the campsite, you roll it in. These are just lights here. This is your monitor panel. Batteries charged. Fresh water is empty. A third on the black and a third on the gray. It graduates up in 1/3 increments. Obviously, when you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping your black and gray tanks. To turn your water pump on, to pump out of your fresh water tank, you do that. That's also how you winterize it. You also use the pump to winterize the trailer. It is winterized right now. Now the heater, you have to turn this on in order for the thermostat, which is the bathroom, to work. So just keep that in mind. You have to have that on and the water, neither of which are going to be on right now. So I'll just talk you through that, okay? I can't run water through it because I've got it winterized right now, and it's not doable. All right. So let me look around here, see where we're at. Okay, so the range works like any other range. You're just going to turn on the burner. There's 3 burners, 3 valves, and then you spark by turning this clockwise. The oven is a little different. It has a pilot light on it. So basically down here, if you can see it, and I'm getting a light artifact there, or light effect there, I'm sorry. There you can see it sparking, so there you have it. So what you do is you go to the oven knob, which is all the way to the right. You'll go to the picture of the flame, which means pilot light. You depress it like that and hold it, and then you're going to spark it with the other hand till it lights down here. After it lights, you still hold it in for another 10 seconds or so to heat it up. Then you go to whatever temperature you need. But when you shut it off, keep in mind that the flame goes out, obviously, but so does the pilot light. So you have to light that each time. Now, this is a range hood vent right here. You can see that's the light, that's the fan. If you're going to run this fan to vent, out here is a if you see it right there, it's the vent itself. There's a baffle inside, so you have to, if you're going to vent to the outside, you have to come over here, push up on it to get it to break loose, and then it'll flap freely. The baffle flaps freely. When you're not venting, if you're in storage, whatever, you're just going to push it till it shuts. But you have to have it open to vent properly. Okay, let's see what we got. Your refrigerator is a 12-volt DC refrigerator. This device here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green. Also, if it beeps very slowly, it's telling you that your battery's low. If it goes off, you take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut off the gas at the front and figure out what's going on. Speaking of 12 volts, this is your power converter right here. So this converts AC to DC power. So you have regular circuit breakers like you'd see at home right here, 110 AC. And then they're all labeled, of course. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC on this side. And you see you got 12 volt fuses and a breaker. And they're also all labeled. All right. If one blows, they'll actually light up and you can see it through this, or it will light up and you can see it through this panel right here. Or this, what we call it, a tinted plastic, I guess. Now, when you're plugged in, this is also going to sense how much energy your battery up front needs and has. And if it's charged, it'll just trickle a couple amps to maintain it. If it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs to charge up your battery. So it's also a battery tender. Okay. Let's see here. The heat comes out of the bottom vents, and then the air conditioning will come out the top. Also, your thermostat here, it's off right now. You're just gonna light it up by pushing the mode button. Then you can cycle through or scroll through whatever. Fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. Just circulates air. Cool is the air conditioner, and of course heats the furnace. If you get the option, like with the air conditioner, to run it on low, high, or auto, the fan I'm talking about, always choose, whenever you get the option, always choose auto for the fan. Okay. When you hook up your TV, you're going to plug your coax into here. You can see it's got a green light there. Now it's off, now it's on. You always want it on when you're using the antenna or you won't get a good picture. That's the signal booster for the digital antenna. Your fireplace, which also has a remote. I don't see it right now, but he's still prepping. Let's see here. So basically you can, it has a, you turn it on and off. Right now it's saying H, which is high, off, low, and high, if you can see that. That's the fan speed. You can change the appearance of the flame here, as you can see, like that. It has a timer, so you can set it to turn on, 20 minutes before you get up in the morning to take the chill out of the trailer, that sort of thing. Okay, and that has a remote, like I said. The second remote is for your radio here. It's an AM/FM radio. Let me just pull that out. You have Bluetooth, so you can hook up wirelessly with Bluetooth with your phone or tablet. You have a USB port here to stream from the USB. You've got an AM/FM radio built into it. It's 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. This HDMI is an in. So let's say once you got it hooked up to your TV set, if you wanted a portable Blu-ray player, for example, you could set it here, plug it in, and then you can go straight into the system through that HDMI if you wanted to. You can do the same thing, I think, with a video game, anything like that. Okay. All right. So let's see what we've got here. Let's move. I'm looking around to see if I forgot anything in this room. Nope. Okay. So the bathroom works like every other RV bathroom. The thing to remember about the toilet, of course, is you have to have water and chemical in it before you use it. When I say in it, there's a flush pedal over here, by the way. When I say in it, I'm talking about the black tank, which is directly below. So when you get to the campground and hook up your power and your water, you'll dump a dose of chemical in there, and you'll stand on the pedal and let about a gallon of water go into the black tank. Some people use more, it's up to you, and you're all set. But you can't have it dry, or else the smell will be overwhelming and also it can get clogged up. So, okay, this GFCI, there's probably 2 of them in this trailer, but keep in mind that all the plugs are wired through a GFCI, even if it is not a physical GFCI plug. They're still wired through this, even the one on the outside. So you would reset it here. Alrighty. Now this is the thermostat I was telling you about for your on-demand water heater. I don't think I got too far into that. Your water heater is on demand, so it's not just a 6-gallon tank or a 10-gallon tank. It just gives you a constant flow. This is where you control it. I can't turn it on. First of all, you have to have that switch on the monitor panel on. Then you have to have water on. It has to have water. It'll sense it, and you'll be able to turn this on. And you can set you can set it just like any other thermostat. You can set everything. So that's for your on-demand water heater. Alrighty. Okay, so let's go a little farther here. This is we'll show you this when you pick up though, but this is in the down position now, but you can see this bunk will go up and sit on these cleats here. Also, you can fold these out of the way, these couches out of the way. You can fold them down into a bed. You got a table you can set up. So there's a lot of different configurations. This right here is your power or your solar panel controller. All right, so we're inside the shop now, so we're not going to really get much of an amp draw, or an amp gain, I should say. I'm sorry. So here we go. Right now it's at 13 point. Let me go back around. It's at 13.1 volts. That is what's in your batteries, right? Right now, let me make sure you got 3.3 amp hours, and you're gaining 0.0 amps from the sun right now. Obviously, this will change as when you're outside. You'll be getting 4, 5.0, whatever. Depends on what position the sun is in, how clear a day it is, all that stuff. If you're parked in the shade or not. So there's a lot of factors. But you can tell the 3 things: voltage in the battery, the gain from the solar panels, and how many amp hours you have. Right now it's set to wet battery because that's what we have. Always want to keep that set correctly to wet. You don't want to change it to a gel if you don't have a gel battery, because the calculations it does will be different, okay? Alrighty, so let me go back up front. Okay. So the only thing to see up here, first of all, you probably noticed there's USB chargers all over the place. That's an escape window right there. You just pull the lever out and then push the window free. It's hinged at the top. Then you grab this red knob there and pull the screen out, and you can escape that way. Of course, this is just a mattress on a platform. Okay. And I think that about covers it. Like I started to mention, this is the for your backup camera. This will go in your tow vehicle, plugs into a cigarette lighter or into a that type. I can't remember what that's called anymore. 16th analog or something, 8th analog, I don't remember. But anyway, you have to plug it in, and you'll be able to see what's behind you when you're backing up and or when you're just driving down the road. It'll only turn on when you turn your running lights on. That's how it, because there's no backup circuit in a trailer. So when you turn your running lights on, it'll light up. With most vehicles, if you put the headlights on automatic, it won't turn on even when it gets dark outside. So you have to physically turn your light knob to on for the running lights. Okay. All right. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please keep in mind the manufacturer states you should inspect the roof every 90 days. So you want to go up there or have somebody else go up there, walk around, check the sealant, make sure there's no cracking or separation where water can get in. Look at the attachments on the roof, make sure they're not damaged by low branches or road debris flipping up there, whatever. Just give it a good inspection. If you see anything, take care of it immediately. It's very important. People do not inspect the roof enough, generally speaking. And also, one other thing, right now this is winterized, so keep that in mind. There's antifreeze in the system. Okay? Thank you.